I hate the one thing everyone else loves, and I'm tired of pretending. They say I'm weird, they say I'm bitter, they say I must have had a bad experience. Why? Because I don't like what they all worship, that love, that romantic love. That's right. I hate love stories, love songs, Valentine's Day, couple photos, tears, over breakups, confessions, proposals, obsession, all of it. I can't stand it, and the worst part. Everyone thinks I'm broken for feeling this way, My name is Mahir. I'm 26. I work in publishing, and for the past 5 years, I've been faking it, smiling at wedding invites, clapping when someone gets proposed to at dinner, crying when my friend gets dumped. I've done it all, but deep inside, I'm screaming, because love to me isn't magical, it's exhausting, fake, temporary, and maybe a little dangerous. Let me tell you why. My parents were the perfect couple. Or so I thought. Hugs in public, inside, jokes, love letters from back in college. They even danced at weddings like teenagers. I used to dream of a marriage like that, until one day, I walked in on my dad whispering into his phone, saying things no husband should say, to a woman who wasn't my mom. I froze. He saw me, we stared. He said nothing, just put the phone down and walked past me. Didn't tell mom that I waited, hoped it was a mistake. Then I found more, messages, gifts, photos, I finally broke. I told her. She cried for days, then she stood up. She didn't scream, didn't throw plates, she just said, I've known for years, Mahir. I stayed for you. That night, something inside me cracked. After that, I watched Love with Suspicion. I watched couples kiss and wondered who they were texting in secret, listened to love songs and rolled my eyes. I saw red flags in every man I met. Friends told me to heal. That not every love is like that. But they didn't live in my mind. They didn't carry my memories. At work, I'm an editor. Romance novels make money. So I read a lot of them, pretend to enjoy them, write sweet blurbs like heartwarming tale of second chances. But inside, I'm rolling my eyes. Another man falls for the girl with messy hair and a secret past. Another grand gesture on page 312. And yet, I keep reading, because it sells, because people want to believe, but not me. Last year, I met someone. His name was Hariz. He was kind, smart, funny, and unlike most people, he didn't rush me. We talked for months before even holding hands. He said, we don't need to be a love story. Let's just be us. For the first time, I felt safe. So I told him about my parents. About my fear, about my secret hate for love. He listened. He said, I'm not your dad. I believed him, until one night, he didn't answer for hours. I felt it in my gut, checked his SOCIALS, nothing. Next day, he called like everything was fine, but I knew. So I checked his phone when he fell asleep, and there it was. Another name. Another just a friend. Another lie. I left. Quietly. No drama. Just one text. Thanks for proving me right. My friends were furious. Not at him, at me. You invaded his privacy. You need therapy. You always expect the worst. Yes, I do. Because the worst always comes. Now, I live alone. Peacefully. No lies in my bed. No fake promises. No, I miss you. Texts that mean nothing. Just silence. Books. Coffee. Freedom. But it's not easy. The world loves love. Every show, every song. Every ad, even chips have. Share with someone you love, printed on them. I want to scream. Can I just eat in peace? At work, the office planned a Valentine's party. Everyone had to write a secret note to their crush. I said, can I skip it? My boss blinked. You don't like love? No. You okay? Yes. Are you sure? I forced a smile. Very sure. Later I found a note on my desk. It read, love is not always betrayal. Some of us are still trying. I knew who wrote it. Rameez. The new writer we hired last month. He's gentle. Kind, keeps to himself. I liked him, not in a romantic way, but as a human, a quiet soul who didn't push. One day we got coffee. He asked, do you really hate love? I said, yes. He didn't argue, he nodded. I hate loud parties. But people still invite me, doesn't mean I have to dance. I smiled, that made sense. Over time, we became close. Late night edits, random talks, silent coffee breaks. One evening, he said something I'll never forget. You don't have to believe in love, but believe in people who care for you anyway. I wanted to cry, but I didn't. Single quotes T. Instead, I whispered, I believe in you. Asterisk now, I still don't like love, not the roses, not the fake Instagram posts, not the grand speeches, but I believe in kindness. And honesty. In people who stay. Maybe that's what love is supposed to be. Maybe I don't hate love, maybe I just hate the way the world fakes it. So if someone asks me, what's something everyone loves that you secretly hate, I'll still say, love. But deep inside, I'll know that what I really hate is pretending. Asterisk, after I told Rameez the first believed in him, everything changed. Not suddenly, not like in movies. But slowly. Quietly. In a way that felt real. We kept talking, not about love, about little things. Books. Rain. Why people fear silence. He never tried to fix me. Never said, you just need to meet the right person. He just listened. That made him different, but still, I didn't trust peace. Peace to me was always the calm before a storm. Every time someone gets close, they end up disappointing me. And leaving. So I kept my guard up, even with Ramiz. Especially with Rameez. One day, he messaged me, "Want to come over? I made too much pasta." I said no. Not because I didn't want to go, but because I was afraid of what it meant, afraid of what might follow. He didn't ask again, didn't guilt me, just replied, "Okay, maybe some other time." And somehow, that made me want to see him more. Weeks passed. One afternoon, he found me sitting in the office library, reading silently. He sat across from me. Sipped his coffee, didn't say a word. We just sat. Together. And in that quiet moment, I felt something strange. Comfort. Not fear. I looked up. He smiled. I asked, "Don't you ever get tired of trying?" He shook his head. "I'm not trying, I'm just here with you." It wasn't a love confession. It wasn't a proposal. It was better. It was honest. It was gentle. Later that evening, I thought about Hari's. About how fast he moved. About how smooth his words were. About how fake his comfort felt. Then I thought of Rameez. His silences, his soft steps. His patience, and something shifted. I didn't fall in love, but I fell into trust, and maybe that's more important. Started replying to his text first. I started asking how he was. He noticed. One day, he messaged me, "You seem lighter these days, like you're not carrying bricks on your back." I replied, "Maybe I stopped carrying people who made me feel heavy." At work, my boss noticed too. "Meher, you've been smiling more. Got a secret?" I laughed. Double quotes. "No, just peace." She nodded. "Good, keep it." Then came February, Valentine's month. Red hearts everywhere. Office decorations. Love playlists on repeat. It all made me feel sick, not because I was lonely. But because it all felt forced. Fake. That Friday, our office had a love song dedication event. People wrote names. DJ played their requests. Laughter. Blushes. I was hiding in the break room. Then I heard my name. "Next song is for Meher," from someone who says, "Your silence says more than love ever could." My heart stopped. The song. It wasn't romantic. It was soft. Real. Something about stillness. I didn't cry, but I wanted to. After work, I walked up to him. Found him packing his bag. "You?" He smiled. "Too cheesy?" I shook my head. "No, it was perfect." He stood still. Waiting. Then I said, "I still don't believe in love." "I know, but I believe in you." He nodded. "That's enough for me." We went for tea that evening. Not a date, just two people, existing side by side. He told me about his mother. She left when he was 10. Left a note, said she needed freedom. I asked, "Did you hate her?" He said, "No. I hated the way the world made her feel like she had to leave just to breathe." I looked at him. Quietly. That single quote's when I knew we were both escape artists, running from pasts, hiding from ghosts, trying to feel free without losing people. For the first time in years, I didn't feel weird. I didn't feel like the broken girl. I felt normal. Understood. Seeing that one day, I told him, "I don't like roses." He smiled. "I'll bring you marigolds." Another day, "I don't like promises." He nodded. "They'll never make one. I'll just show up." And he did. Every time we worked dating, we weren't friends with feelings. We were just something in between, and it worked. But of course, nothing perfect stays perfect. One morning, I got a message from an old friend. "Is it true you and Ramiz are seeing each other?" I froze. Someone had seen us together, started gossip, said I was melting for him. Thought I was finally in love. And I hated it, because people always turn something beautiful into pressure, into labels, into noise. That day, I avoided him, didn't reply to his texts, left work early. He messaged, "You okay?" I didn't answer, not because I was mad, but because I was scared. Scared that I was falling, scared that they were right, that love was creeping in, and I hated love, right? Or maybe I hated the idea of being hurt again. 3 days passed. Silence. Then a knock at my door. Rameez. Holding 2 cups of coffee. And a book. He handed me the coffee, held out the book. I wrote something inside. A note. "This isn't a confession. It's not a proposal. It's just me saying, I like being around you, whether you call it love, friendship, or just peace. I'm not going anywhere, unless you ask me to." I cried. Finally. Not because I was sad, but because I'd never been given a choice before. Only guilt, only pressure, only pain. But Ramiz, he gave me freedom. I hugged him and whispered, "You can stay." From that day, we never labeled what we were. Just were. No red hearts. No public posts. No romantic pressure. Just shared breakfasts. Shared silences. Shared healing. I still don't like Valentine's Day, or cheesy songs, or movie kisses, but now, when someone says, "What's something everyone likes that you secretly hate?" I say, I used to hate love, but maybe I just hated the noise around it. Not the quiet truth inside it. Love doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't need flowers. It doesn't need drama. Sometimes, it's just a warm cup of tea, a note in a book, a soft "I'm here," and That I don't hate it all. That asterisk. People say time heals everything, but it doesn't. Some wounds don't close. They just stop bleeding. That they become quiet. Like a storm that passed, but left the trees crooked. After that night, the night I let Remez stay, we started something. It had no name. No label. No beginning. And maybe no end. But it was real. And it was mine. I still didn't say love. Still didn't say boyfriend. Still did not think my relationship status. I couldn't. Because I was scared. Scared the moment I called it love, it would break. But Remez never asked for more. He just stayed. Stayed present. Stayed kind. Stayed gentle. And in this quiet, I started breathing deeper, sleeping easier, laughing harder. We didn't celebrate Valentine's Day. Instead, we watched an old documentary, shared popcorn, and he fell asleep halfway through. I looked at him sleeping on my couch, and for the first time, I didn't feel panic. I felt okay. A week later, he surprised me with a book, one he had written himself. He called it Things We Never Say Out Loud. I read it in one sitting. It was about a girl who hated love, and a boy who never forced her to love him back, just stayed beside her until she was ready to speak. When I finished the last page, I cried silently the way I always do. Then I hugged him, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I still didn't say the words, still couldn't say, I love you. But I did things like making his favorite tea, saving the last slice of cake for him, letting him pick the movie. Even when I hated his choices, Remez noticed. He smiled and said, your love doesn't speak in words. It lives in the small things. And that's when I knew I didn't hate love. I just hated the show, the performance, the fakeness. Love, when quiet, was beautiful. But of course, life doesn't stay soft forever. It never does. One night, I got a call, unknown number. I didn't answer, but they left a voicemail. Hi, this is your cousin Rehanna. Your mom's in the hospital. You should come. I froze. My hands went cold. I hadn't spoken to my mom in 2 years. After I told her about Dan's betrayal, she blamed me, said I was destroying the family, said it was better if I stayed away. So I did. But now, she was sick, and I didn't know what to do. I sat on the floor. Milo jumped into my lap. I cried, not because she was in the hospital, but because even after all this time, I still wanted her to love me. I still wanted to be the daughter she didn't reject. Remez walked in. Saw my face. Sat beside me. Held my hand. What happened? I told him everything, and he didn't say, go see her. Or, she's still your mom. He just asked, what do you want to do? I thought hard. And then I said, I want to see her, but not for her, for me. He nodded. I'll come with you. The next morning, I walked into that hospital room. My heart pounding, palms sweaty. I hadn't seen her in so long. She looked smaller. Tired. But still the same woman who once told me I was the problem. Her eyes widened when she saw me. She blinked. Said nothing. I stood near her bed. She whispered, you came? I nodded. She looked down. Why? I said, because I'm not like you. That hit her. Her lips trembled. She said, I was angry, but I didn't mean everything I said. I stared at her. So which parts did you mean? She looked away. And for the first time, I didn't feel weak. I didn't feel like a child begging for love. I felt strong. I left the room, not in anger, but in peace. Remez was waiting in the hallway. I didn't speak. Just walked straight into his arms. And he held me. Like always, without asking for anything. After that visit, I stopped checking my phone for apologies. I stopped hoping for people to change, because I had changed, and that was enough. Remez and I moved in together 6 months later. People gossip. Are they married? Are they dating? Why don't they post pictures? I ignored them, because I had what they did single quartz tea-peace. Every evening, he cooked. I cleaned. We played soft music. Read our books. Sat together in silence. Sometimes he'd say, this silence feels like a song. And I'd smile because I understood. One day I asked him, do you want more? He looked confused. More of what? Like, rings? Weddings? A big life? He took a breath, said softly, I want whatever you feel safe giving, because your safety matters more to me than tradition. That day, I looked him in the eye, and whispered the words I once thought I'd never say, I love you. He didn't react with shock, didn't cry, he just smiled, I know. And that was enough. Now, we live a quiet life. No labels, no pressure. Just love in its simplest form. A shared coffee, a quiet hug, a steady presence. So if you ask me today, what's something everyone loves that you secretly hate? I'd still say, I used to hate love. But now I know, I never hated real love. I hated lies. I hated the noise. Hated how people used love to control. To cheat. To destroy. But true love. Love that's soft. Quiet. Safe. That kind of love I don't hate anymore. In fact, I think I might finally understand it. And maybe, just maybe, I deserve it too.